Welcome to Dano on Fire, right here on High TV, your luxury channel. And everyone is talking about Kiku. Now, what is Kiku? That's what I'm here to see. And also, in terms of the great food, I can't wait to get in. So let's get on with the show. And so we made it to Kiku. And with me on the show, I have Jackie Samar Singhe. That's the Swiss way of saying it. It's Samar Singhe in our way of saying it. So you are half Swiss,
yes,
half Sri Lankan.
Yes, exactly.
Right. So do you feel that you have more Swiss in you or you have more Sri Lankan in you?
Definitely more Sri Lankan because I went to school here, I grew up here.
Okay.
But I was born in Switzerland and I lived there for a few years after my university. So I consider myself both, you know, best of both worlds, but definitely more Sri Lankan.
Super. So I always like you know, when two cultures come alive, because there's always
Definitely,
something
yeah,
new that comes about.
Definitely.
Now, let's speak about Kiku. You know, Kiku has become such a place in Colombo that people talk about. People love coming here. It's such a
amazing.
place for like selfies. It's such a place for great photographs.
Yeah.
There's brilliant lighting.
Yeah,
I
that's what
once
it's
had
all
my
about.
birthday here, so there's so many things that happen here.
For sure.
So tell me about
We
this.
keep busy.
Tell me about Kiku.
So Kiku is actually a Japanese concept cafe, and we have a Japanese-inspired menu, and we're a bit of both. We're a cafe, we're a restaurant, we're an event space. So our aim is really to have workshops and to host workshops, to host, I don't know, we've done everything from mindful workshops to movie nights to arts and crafts. So like, we're a bit of everything. We're a very fluid kind of space, but we focus on the food and we focus on our drinks. That's our, you know, bread and butter.
Yeah.
That's why we can do such fun things.
And also the food has been consistent. That's why everyone is talking about it.
It's a lot of hard work to keep it consistent, you know. You really have to be here, you have to be present, and it's like we have a special relationship with all our customers that come in. I know pretty much everyone personally because I get to know them because I am here. And so do our staff, you know, like our team gets to know everyone. They know, you know, everyone that comes in, their favorite order, you know, their children's names. Like someone just walks in and you sit down and I know exactly what you want because everyone finds their favorite dish and just keeps having it.
So what happens with, you know, restaurants is the fact that when you launch it, you're like, way, yay, it's so nice. Yeah. And then after something, you're like, oh, hold on, it's just like sort of burnt out right now.
For sure.
So there's no burnt out right now, which is a great thing. So that's good going.
Definitely.
So you've been running for 2 years now?
Almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in like 2 weeks. So yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Wow.
We've got a special plan for the month of August. So
Super.
we just want to make it fun, you know, and celebrate the fact that, you know, we made it.
Exactly. That's super. All right, let's speak about the food here a little bit. I love the food here, and I don't think you'll actually find a way to hate it. I've always loved it.
That's
because
so
it's
sweet.
although it's Japanese, they found a way for it to cater to the Sri Lankan palate as well in some way, which is phenomenal. So one interesting on the menu, but what are these, what we have today?
So right now, this is from our budget menu actually. This is a new menu that we launched during lockdown.
Okay.
To cater to the fact that, there were job cuts, there were salary cuts. We experienced, people just tightening their budgets a little bit, and we wanted something that was healthy for the wallet and healthy for you. So we basically have here, we have a tomato salad. It's a fresh tomato salad, and it kind of reminds me of like an Italian, mozzarella kind of vibe. But basically, it's a yuzu ponzu sauce, which is kind of like a Japanese balsamico, and homemade ricotta, fresh basil, and it's just got that like freshness and punch to it.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to be digging in. I'm going to.
Yeah, let's do it.
I always like they put a little flour on it and sort of make it. I'm going to just use this spoon.
Yeah, sure.
Oh no, you all have sanitized spoons.
Yeah.
I forgot. With the situation,
cutlery,
you need the sanitized.
We should get some
spoon.
bigger spoons. Can we have some big spoons?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
So these are like per head, but because we're just sharing it right now.
Yeah. We're going like super budget.
Yeah.
Like 50-50.
So now, how do you keep the ingredients? Do you source them all here?
Yeah, everything is pretty much sourced here. Obviously, the fresh fruit and vegetables we get from here.
Okay.
Our edible flowers are, of course, from Shirahana. Everything we try to do is homemade. So like even this, the homemade ricotta, we don't want to like outsource a lot of stuff, except obviously the Japanese ingredients. We have to get them from Japan.
But you also say this food is good for you, right?
Yeah, the food's extremely healthy here, I think. Everything in moderation, So, one person could say, okay, this chicken katsu sando is not enough for me, but actually like it's the perfect portion size for you. So we always look at what is healthy for everyone that comes in. And yeah, we just want that we want them to maybe like pack in like a dessert or like a drink, along with that as well. So yeah.
But how was it for you when you were growing up? Because was food a big part of your life?
Food, I mean, I think obviously,
I had this and I polished one whole dish. Tell me.
So food was obviously a very big part of our lives. My mom cooked a lot of like Swiss dishes growing up, but my parents love food, and we were kind of the family that went out to restaurants to eat food. We liked the whole experience, and we would go like even now like. Yes, we cook at home, but we like to go out.
Yeah.
We like
and
to
also
go
it's a
out.
moment of celebration, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. To go out with the family.
Yeah, for sure.
What have they tasted your food?
Yeah, my dad's been here like a few times, which has been really nice, and it's always like, he's here.
Please, just keep it. Let's just keep it
just
going.
make him happy.
Yeah.
No.
All right. When we do come back, I'm going to speak a little bit about this because. So that means I get to eat another one when we come back. So
yeah.
There's a fun story about it, and also I wanted to speak to you a little bit about. Can you believe it? There's a political twist in her life. We'll come back with more when we do come back after the break. We're talking to Jackie Samarsinghe and Chef Lakhna, correct? So Chef Lakhna and you have been friends?
We've actually been school friends. Yeah, we've known each other since we were about 10, I guess. That's when I joined Richili. And yeah, we've basically grown up together in school, and then, parted our ways for a few years and came back together for this project.
So how did this project sort of come about? How did she call you? So you got into hotel management, Lakhna?
Yeah,
okay.
I was doing my culinary school in Singapore, and then I finished all that. I worked here at a couple of hotels as well. And then while I just got back, visited my sister, just got back to Colombo, and then only Jackie got in touch with me. she had
Okay.
known that I've been.
So you had her in your mind, Jackie.
She.
I mean, actually, it was just I put up a Facebook status saying,
Yeah.
"Hey, you know, I'm starting this concept cafe. And, you know, we need a chef. We need someone that can cook."
And who can cook Japanese infused food?
This was something that we learned
Yeah.
together. We
Oh,
actually learned
wow.
as
Because I
we
never-
went, you know. So
Right.
it was just it was a process. It was a process of learning and teaching
Yeah.
ourselves and
I learned a lot. I actually learned Japanese cuisine once from this project
Yeah.
actually.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Because it's not
Yeah.
exactly Japanese, but it's like
Yeah.
there's a fusion touch to it.
exactly.
It's
Yeah.
like a modern
inspired.
version,
It's
yeah.
inspired by Japanese cuisine. We use, you know, in every dish there's at least 2 or 3 Japanese ingredients that we use, and you know the preparation techniques are so. It's so deep into like the Japanese culture that we want to touch on those things.
Right.
You know, we want to. Yeah.
Because I was very confused as to why Japanese out of all things.
It's actually the Shirahana connection, and that's why.
Ah,
That's why.
right.
So Shirahana. I mean, I was working for them as an events coordinator at the time when we started the project, and then we started working on it, and it was meant to be a European style cafe, but
Right.
actually the managing director at Shirahana, her name's Shirani Jayasuriya, she came up with the name. She actually told us, hey, just don't
Yeah.
do something that everyone else
That
is doing.
does,
You know,
yeah.
do something different. And so that's how we got into it. And then we started sourcing all these books, recipe books, and that's kind of how we built the menu.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't believe it that you all have made the menu and found a balance and created this whole lineup, which is amazing. Now, if you all, before we went into the break, I told you there's a political connection in all of this. The Samar Singh, her name. So when she called me, she was like, so what are you going to ask me?
Yeah, I'm like, give me the questions.
Yeah,
I need
I'm
to
like,
know.
I had never planned questions for an interview like this. It's such a casual interview.
Yeah,
So your dad is Mind Samar Singh, and
Yes.
tell me
Yeah.
this,
That's
like,
my dad.
yeah.
He's just a, it's just
For
a
you,
job.
he's just a dad.
Yeah,
I know.
exactly.
For
It's
you,
just a
he's
job.
just your dad.
Yeah,
But for the
exactly.
country he has served as a politician,
Yeah.
have you ever thought, like, one day I could enter parliament and
Yeah.
maybe run the parliament kitchen as Kiku?
Yeah, who knows? I mean, no, I think, the interesting part
I'm going
is...
to dig into this,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah,
Yes,
go
yes,
for it.
go
It's
ahead.
funny that you asked that because I was just thinking, why don't you get into politics?
told me
You're
this.
such an amazing,
Thanks,
like you can represent the country
Thank
so
you.
much better, I think.
I'm going to speak to your dad.
Yeah, you should definitely hit him up. I think you guys will be great friends.
So tell me about your mom. Oh, okay. Now,
Yeah.
before we get into all of
Jinx,
this,
you
let's
wanna
just
drink?
quickly break down the food that we have here.
Yeah.
This is Chef
Sorry.
Latna. You're like, okay.
Yeah, you want to introduce
You
the
you have to
dishes?
tell me because it's
Yeah.
all your hard work here.
So what you're having now is the Japanese carbonara.
Right.
It's a creamy miso and sesame tossed in
You
spaghetti.
caught me in creamy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not too
Creamy miso.
creamy. It's like just the right amount.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
It's so sinfully great. Okay.
And then that's a crusted tofu salad with coconut crusted tofu.
I'm going to just show you.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That was-
actually it's a funny story because that dish we initially wanted to have them separated,
Yeah.
and we just wanted to serve the tofu on its own and the salad on its own, and then I don't know, you basically said, hey, no, why don't we just knock
toss
them
it together
knock them
and
together?
yeah.
You know, something that we were talking about before we got into on the earlier segment is about this food being healthy. What we wanted to say was it's actually very well so balanced. Like everything is just at the right amount.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. No, I personally feel so too because
Yeah.
now this drink is orange and carrot with a touch of tea in it.
Yeah,
Like
like
I
a shot
get-
of green tea.
I know, just imagine. I have my green tea in it, I have my carrot for my glowing skin, and my orange for vitamin C. Life is just sorted. But it's so tasty.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
don't even like carrot that much.
I hate, when I was like, what is that, this and the other, because I wanted to pick the favorite for me. And she was like, that's cat. I was like, okay, now let's move on and let's just do watermelon.
Just try
And
it,
she was
just try
like, I
it.
was like, wow, it's so well balanced.
Yeah.
I think it's all about not only just cooking like healthy or trying to keep that in the back of your mind when you cook
Just
it.
to make it delicious.
Yes, because I'm sure all three of us are
Yeah.
foodies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sure.
What are y'all's favorite food to eat normally?
To be honest, like I eat anything. I love a
Same,
good like
yeah.
I
junkies.
Yeah, we actually love like fried chicken.
And
like
those
we
are,
are like
that's the
KFC
best
girls.
part. But that's the best part
Sounds
because
like
you know.
McDonald's Day, definitely.
But it's great when you enjoy such food, then you have the
Yeah.
balance of both.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
exactly.
You have your
And-
cheat days
yeah,
and you don't have your.
exactly. You know, and when you're surrounded by food all day, you know, it's. I don't know if it's like that for you, but you know when you're like cooking for friends at home and you just don't even end up eating that much in the
And
end.
you're tired of it
you're-
because you work on it every day and.
Yeah, but we're definitely when we go home we just
Yeah.
pack that food in. But when we're here we don't really like eat that
No,
much.
yeah.
We're more concerned about feeding everyone first and then
And
we
then
kind of
we
go
enjoy,
home
yeah.
and like pig out, you know?
Yeah,
So-
that's amazing. Now, on the other side, I really want to speak about one thing. You know, how they say, you know, when women work together, there could be a bit of a catfight. I just want to know how this friendship sort of kept it going all this time. Let's get into a break and we'll see you on the other side with more. So do stick around. Welcome back to the show. It's our final segment, my favorite segment, where we talk about sweet things. And we're at Kiku, we're in conversation with these two beautiful ladies. So I wanted to first touch on something that we couldn't speak about before, which I forgot because I saw the food and all what I could think was to eat that. These special biscuits. I love to buy anything that comes with this, so I think y'all should mandatory. Even if you buy a donut, you get this.
Yeah.
Even if you get a glass of water, you get this.
Yeah.
Tell me about this little biscuit, like how they say it in London, biscuit.
So it's you get it with every single coffee except the flat whites. So every single latte comes with it, and it's just a very simple little wafer cookie that's sweet and buttery and free with
I know.
every coffee.
I've
So
actually asked her I want to
little
buy a
bonus.
pack when I go home.
you can buy packs, exactly. But yeah, so the story behind it is actually it was my Swiss grandmother's, and in Switzerland you basically have it with every coffee as well.
Switzerland
with
at the
like
back.
two-
That's
That's a cross in the middle. All the designs
So-
are the same, or
No,
the
there's
biscuit?
four different
that's a
designs
Edelweiss,
in, yeah.
Edelweiss flour.
That's
thing.
amazing.
So
All right,
yeah.
so let's speak about dessert before we get into the catfight situation, which I really want to know about. Now,
nothing.
let's speak about what you have here.
So here we have 3 different items. We've got our newest item is vegan actually. It's poached kiwi in hibiscus sake. So it's alcohol infused.
Okay.
And then like we have a
The
miso
miso.
brulee with toasted rice. So the miso brulee is actually made out of tofu, and I know that grosses you out, but you're going to try it, and
Yeah,
you're gonna
it's not-
and you're gonna
it's
love
And
really
it.
this is a
yummy.
vegan dessert.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's a brulee, and it's just
I've
soft
never understood
and
vegan
sweet
and dessert together. Oh, I don't
Yeah.
have a spoon. I only
Oh,
have
we'll
a
get a small
fork.
spoon. Can we have 3 small spoons,
Yeah.
please? And then we're pretty famous for our donuts. We've, done them since we opened. It was just kind of a last-minute thing that we were like, let's do donuts, and then
Yeah.
it just happened.
So these donuts also what you all make and it's your
Yeah.
recipe.
yeah, I
Yes,
mean,
our pastry chef,
donuts
actually.
anyone can make, really.
Yeah, but sometimes it's like eating kade pan.
Yeah, they get
Yeah.
really pretty sometimes.
Yeah.
But our ones, I mean, obviously they've gotten better over time, and we've decided to make little mini ones today so that we could showcase some different flavors. So
Actually,
this
yeah.
is a roasted soybean.
Kinako.
Yeah, it's called kinako. It's a roasted soybean
Soybean
flour
flour.
that we mix in with white chocolate, and it's basically
Glazed
a
it.
glaze. And then we've
That's
got a
a
beetroot
beetroot.
glaze and matcha glaze. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
Our
knew that-
original flavors
Yeah, I
actually.
know.
We
Who
started
knew
off
that?
with
So
Please.
yeah.
Beetroot will be sexy.
Beetroot is so sexy.
Yeah.
So hot.
Even
it was
this
all
is
about beetroot at the beginning. We wanted to use beetroot in
Because
everything
it's the
actually.
color. I mean,
yeah.
it goes
Is
with
there
our
beetroot
branding.
in this because it looks beetrooty?
It's
No, that's the
hibiscus.
hibiscus.
Ah, okay.
So that's like tea based actually. Hibiscus tea. And over here
With
we
the-
have
Okay, wish me all the best.
Oh, okay.
over
It's a
here.
vegan dessert. I've never had a vegan dessert.
Try the miso brulee as well.
Try the brulee with everything.
Everything, yeah.
It just pops in your mouth.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
wow,
a kiwi as well.
that's really good.
And then moment of truth.
Mm,
It's
I get what you mean. I'm going to try the pear one. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it off camera.
Oh,
because
okay. It's just
I
gonna
might
get
just
messy.
look like really like a glutty. All right. So tell me about how is it to work together?
So, I mean, we are a female-dominated team anyways. We
Yeah.
mostly have girls working.
Equal rights for us people. Equal
Yeah.
rights.
And
I'm asking for us.
no, I mean, it just happened that way, honestly. It's like, I mean, yes, we have a lot of guys that work here. Philip
Now
is our
don't break
barista.
up. I only see one poor soul there caught in between.
Yeah, no, I feel sorry for him too, actually. but he's amazing. He's he's the best. So Lakna and I initially we did want to have mostly a female team, but you know, at the end of the day, like what happens. Like we meet great people with great resumes, and that's who we hire. It doesn't matter, you know, whether they're female or male, but we just happen to have a lot of
more,
you know, girls in
yeah.
here. And us, actually, so Lakna's more of like the chilled out, patient,
Yeah, I
like
can
balanced, you know, person. Whereas I'm like bam, bam, bam. Like I don't know, I just kind of get a bit
But
crazy.
who loses it more often?
Loses it? Oh, me, for sure. So I think.
Are you
No, but-
quick-tempered?
Yes, actually, I am.
I see it in you.
Yeah. I'm a bit like feisty.
Yeah.
But you know,
And then you calm down.
But then, like Lakna, when I'm around her, I don't get as bad as I could be.
Please stay with me, Lakna. Please stay with me.
She does definitely bring like a really like calm energy to the entire
Saying Nani,
space.
she has that very like.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you do meditate and like, you're very into you're very spiritual.
And you are like the head chef there. And you get
Yeah.
all these dishes out. And your turnaround
And
time
the whole
must be
team,
so
yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
And recently she fed us, like there were like 20, 30,
Yeah, 30
40
people.
Yeah. And all 30 who can eat.
Yeah.
Only thing that we didn't get our mouth in was just the tables.
Yeah.
Like we ate everything. There were people fighting for food as well. They were like, no, I want to try that too. I want to try that too.
Yeah. No, that was a really fun party.
It was so funny when you were like,
Yeah.
I'm sure this is fine, right? And I remember the members of the family were like, you don't know our family. They can eat.
Yeah. We're just gonna whack it all.
Yeah, whack it
So
off. But-
it's nice to have private events like that, you know, like we
Yeah.
do, you know, rent out the space, and that was a nice 50.
and also the fact that you all make the food and it's very, there's such a
yeah,
unique flavor to
definitely.
it.
Yeah.
So it's amazing.
Thank you.
I really wanted to come and check out Kiku just so that if you have not walked in here and sort of enjoyed the ambience, there's not only food, there's also like a shelf full of like books and local crafts that you can buy and all local products, which is also a great thing. It sort of supports our own business. And the best part, it's always good to know that, you know, we have found a balance that sort of brings so many different parts of the world. There's Swiss here, there's Japanese here, there's
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lankan here. There's so many great options that sort of, you know, make everything great. So on that note, we need to wrap things up. Jackie, Lakna, it has been amazing having the two of you on the show.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
so happy that I was
for having
here.
us.
Yeah, let's eat.
Yeah, brilliant. So we'll see you on another episode of Dano on Fire. Till then, you have yourself a fabulous day. It's a wrap.